minutes to everybody here. So now we have to behave because we're recording. This is the Easter carrot. Easter carrot. Oh, Linda's got wine. What kind of wine is that? Is that like a Chardonnay? You just muted yourself again. It is a Chardonnay? Give me the thumbs up. Okay. I can't drink during class because then I will fall asleep. So we're recording now. This is the Easter carrot wreath. And I appreciate you guys hanging up, hanging with me all week while I went through my stuff, and I'm feeling a little bit better. So, every day gets a little easier. It's, one of those challenges that you face in life, blah, blah, blah. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger and all that nonsense, if you believe that. But I've been saying that to myself for 52 years. So, so we're going to get started. If anybody joins us late, they can just, they're going to get the video so they don't have to worry. Oh, where did my camera go? Whenever I move my laptop lately, I seem to lose my camera. Hold on a second here. I don't know why that's been happening. There we go. And now it's doing it again. Let me plug the other camera in here. Technology. Okay, where are we? There we are. Okay. Stacy, what I normally do, not that it's going to matter because I don't think your microphone's working anyway, but we'll get that fixed, is I mute everybody at the beginning of the call. Well, then I have to prop my laptop up here or something. I mute everybody at the beginning of the class just to cut down on background noise. I don't think we're going to have too many people joining us live tonight. I think everybody's got plans. They wanted the video instead. But again, if you have a question, type it in at the bottom. I know you already said okay, and we'll fix your microphone issue tomorrow. I'll get with you and we can do a one-on-one meeting or something like that, and we'll get it fixed. So, as you can see, this is a tree form that I'm using. I got this from the Wreath shop. Sounds good, says Stacy. Okay. And this is actually, it's got white ties. It doesn't really matter what color the ties are because we're just going to tuck them all in when we're done anyway. I was thinking about taking the white ties off and putting orange on, but I didn't really feel like going through the trouble. And again, let me just grab a bottle of water. I forgot my water. Hold on one second.
I thought you were going to say wine.
Susan, did you say something? I thought I heard your voice.
You did. I thought you were going to say, I'm just going to grab a bottle of wine.
I'd be asleep. This is a pencil work wreath form in the shape of a Christmas tree. And again, I got this from the Wreath shop. You can get them from Craft Outlet, but they were sold out. I think these come in like green too, but again, it doesn't matter what color that you get because we're going to tuck them away. You can buy these without the ties also, and you can add your own. Let me see how many are on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. There's 17 ties. So if you were going to make your own, that's how many you would add. And they're about 4 inches apart. That's usually what I tell people when they're making their own round wreath form as well, too. They're typically 4 to 5 inches apart, except for on the trunk here. They're a little bit closer together. You can go to Hobby Lobby and get a wreath easel. That's what I used to make the poly burlap Christmas tree. Linda, I don't know if you were here for that class. That was before you joined, I think. And it is exactly the same shape, except it doesn't have the trunk part. And what you can do is it's in the shape, it's this exact same shape. And you can use that as well. But anyway, so obviously I'm just going to keep this the way it is because this is the shape of our carrot. This is going to be the top of our carrot, and this is going to be the bottom. So I have, which I also got, I think I actually got this from Craft Outlet because the Wreath shop only had 21 inch in the metallic orange. So I got this from Craft Outlet. And it's a little bit, it doesn't really have a very shiny metallic in it, but it does have, you can see how it does have a little bit. It's kind of a sheen, and it's really pretty. And these are 10 by 10 inch pieces because it is a 10-inch roll of mesh. And then I know you saw in the picture that there was, I can't remember what it's called. It looked like a netting almost. It was like a moss green, like a netting. It was a ribbon. I couldn't find that anymore. I don't think they make it in that length anymore. So we're just going to be using the apple moss green 10-inch mesh for our top, which is fine. That'll be enough. It'll be good. But if you saw the picture and it had like the netting on it, I couldn't find that anymore in that size. So we're not going to be using that. So that's 10-inch in the moss green. You only need about 5 pieces of that in the 10-inch because those are just for the top. And this is actually a deco mesh 2.5-inch ribbon that I also got from the Wreath shop. And that's what we're going to be using to kind of go down our carrot when we're done. And this came in a really big roll from the Wreath shop. And I have a lot left, so I have to figure out what I'm going to do with that. But that's really all we're going to need. We're not going to be adding any ribbon. This class is probably going to be pretty fast. So now the method that I was going to do was I was going to do poofs all the way around and then add ruffles on top of it. But I'm not a big fan of the poof. It just, I don't know. Poofs and I don't get along very well. I get very frustrated with poofs. I probably should do more of them. But I like ruffles. I'm a ruffle girl. So we're just going to add all ruffles, and Linda's laughing. I think Linda's getting a little tipsy. That's why she keeps smiling. So we're just going to do ruffles. Let me see if anybody else has joined us. Hold on a second here. Lynn is here. Hi, Lynn. And she got my message. Hopefully everybody got my message that we were going to be starting a little early. I thought Jenny was going to be joining us, Jenny Bachman. I'm not quite sure where she is. Let me just shut my Facebook off so I don't get dinging while we're in class here because that's annoying. Okay, so this is all we're going to be doing. Now what I'm probably going to do, we're going to be adding more than 1 ruffle per tie, but I'm going to go around first and add 1, and then I'll go back and add another 1. If we need to put more in, then we're just going to keep adding until it's as full as you want it. You stop when you think it's as full as you want it. So if anybody hasn't seen a ruffle before, it's very easy, and it's a lot easier when you have a little short piece like this. And you just kind of go up the middle, and you just pinch and bring it towards you, and you have your little ruffle. That's one way of doing it. And we're going to place it the cut side down. Just give it like 1 twist just to hold it in place, because we're going to be adding more. Another way to do a ruffle, if you don't want to do all that pinching, is, this isn't going to be a very good example to do it with, but when you get toward the inside of the roll, the mesh will like kind of curl on itself naturally. Instead of pinching it, you can just kind of fold it over and pinch it in the middle, and you can make a ruffle that way too if you want to do, if you don't want to do all that scrunching. So that's another way to do a ruffle. It might be easier for people who have, you know, arthritis in their hands or what have you. So we're just going to keep going around.
Christina.
Yes, ma'am.
It's Susan. I wanted to tell you that I'm using burlap.
Regular burlap or poly burlap?
I don't know. It's just 5-inch stuff or 5.5-inch stuff.
Okay. How did you cut it? Just with scissors?
I tried with scissors, and then I tried with the rotary cutter, and then I cursed a lot and went and found another pair of scissors and finally got it cut.
Because burlap, anyway, it might fray on you a little bit. I'm like crazy when I cut burlap. I cut between the lines because I don't want it to fray.
Yeah.
We had our flower class last weekend. Mm-hmm. There's a way, and I think I posted a video, there's a way that you can, or a link, that you can pull one of the strands out of a piece of burlap. And that gives you like a line that you can cut on.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
If you can cut in between the lines,
Yeah.
which is time consuming, you'll have less frays. But I'll tell you right now, you didn't see my white flower. Were you there for my white flower class last
No,
weekend?
I wasn't. I wasn't.
Okay. What I did that helped a lot with the frays too is after I cut my burlap, I took a roller, like a little foam roller. I'll show you. I got this from Walmart for 99 cents. You can even get a little paintbrush if you want to.
Okay.
And I took Mod Podge, okay? This, you can see it's so bright in here, if you're familiar with that. And
Yeah,
I put it
I
in
am.
a
I've used
paper
it.
plate, and I just took the very tip of my roller and rolled it in the Mod Podge and rolled it over the edges of my cut burlap. Just the very edges, because it stiffens it a little bit. And if you were to do the whole piece, you wouldn't be able to work with the burlap. It would just be too stiff. And I'll tell you something right now, I did not have one fray on that burlap. I was so happy for that flower.
Okay.
So again, it's a little bit of an extra step, but whenever you're working with burlap, I would highly recommend doing that.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. You couldn't find the orange mesh, Susan, or?
I have half a craft outlet at my
I know
house,
you said
and
I believe it too. I'm gonna come to your house one of these days, and
I want you to. If you need to go shopping, just come to my house. But I decided I really like the look of the burlap. I guess it's personal preference, you know. Hello.
Right. I love burlap.
Hello, you disappeared. Okay, there you are.
Yeah, because I got blurry, so I reset my camera. I don't know why. I need a new camera, I think. It's time. Some people, you know, when they do lives or videos, they just use their phone. I might even just start using my phone. And they get really good quality video.
I think that'd be great.
I have to find something that I can attach it to, though.
Like
our ruffles. Now we're not going to put, now I'm at the top here, or actually the bottom of the tree, but the top of the carrot. We're not going to put them on these two ties up here. Those are going to be for the green. We're just going to go around this part. So don't put anything there. Yeah, we got so much snow here yesterday. My daughter went away for the weekend to visit a college friend, which is only about an hour away. She only went to college an hour away from home in Syracuse. I don't know if, Linda, you may know where Syracuse is, Syracuse University. And she was going to drive yesterday. I said, Lauren, you're not going anywhere in this weather. It's terrible. And her car was buried. So her friend had a big old SUV, and she came and picked her up. So she went out to Syracuse for the weekend. And I think I told you, Susan, that my son dug us out last night. We went out to dinner, and our favorite restaurant was closed. In fact, a lot of restaurants were closed. We ended up going to Applebee's. It was really good. But going out there this morning, and it is a little warmer today, so a lot of the snow around my daughter's car melted. But you couldn't even see her car this morning. We got like 2 feet of snow, you know, and all of our snow had melted. It was gone. We couldn't just get a couple inches. No, not us, not here. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm kind of like pulling the ends of my ruffles up so they push each other up like that. That just makes it fluffier. You want your ruffles to be kind of facing up. I've got one fray here. I'm going to pull that out. But I use the wood burning tool, so I usually, you know, can control my frays pretty good with that. And craft outlet mesh is good quality. It doesn't really fray a lot anyway. So we did the outside, one row of ruffles. Now we're going to do the inside. And we're just going to keep adding ruffles until it's as full as we want it to be.
Christina, I have a question.
What's that?
I've got a question. I've only have a 21-inch roll of orange, and I got myself a burner. So can I just burn down and use that 21-inch and cut it in two?
Yeah, you know, I did that for the flower, for the spring mesh flower. You can do that. Just be very careful when you're doing it to make sure that you're staying in between the lines. Not so much when you're making your first long cut, but when you're cutting it in half. That's usually where I sometimes have an issue with the most frays. So just make sure that you are staying in between the grid lines when you cut with your wood burning tool. Have you used your wood burning tool yet?
Yes, I've tried it on a few pieces and it worked out fine.
Yeah, yeah. So just be careful. You know, I don't ever really recommend using 21-inch and cutting it in half again. But if that's all you have, again, if you're just careful and make sure that you stay in between the grid lines, you should be okay.
Okay, thank you.
And once you cut it and start attaching it, don't like mess with it too much, because that'll cause more frays too. That's another good rule of thumb, that the less you know, pull and tug at your mesh after you put it on your wreath, you know, the less frays you're going to have too.
Okay,
So.
thank you.
Yeah, I want to make some more of those burlap flowers. I want to do different colors. I saw a blue one online the other day that was really pretty. I'm going to put my mesh over here because I keep moving it. It's in the way. Little pieces of these white tinsel ties coming off here. Let's see. We're definitely going to have to add a lot more ruffles because there's this big gap in the middle here, and that's going to need to be filled in. So by adding more ruffles, they'll fill that center spot in. We're only on our first layer of ruffles here. You can add as many as 3 ruffles per tie. We may even end up doing that. All right, we have one layer now on, one row of ruffles, and you can see we're going to need more. I'm wondering here, though, I'm wondering if we're going to have to do something about this middle. If we do have to end up filling in the middle a little bit more, if by adding all of our ruffles out here, there's a gap in the middle, all we need to do is just like run some pipe cleaners across, and we can attach our ruffles that way. I didn't have to do that the last time I made it, but this is a bigger wreath form, so, than the last time I made it. So we'll see. Let's just keep adding more ruffles and see how it looks. We're gonna go around and put our second ruffle in. Remember, we're not gonna do the trunk. Actually, probably should untie it quick. That's why you really only want to do one twist, so you can open it back up again. Oh, wait a second here. My ruffle came undone. Let's ruffle that up again here. If you want to, when you're putting your second and third ruffles on, if you want to crisscross them, let me get another roll here. So make like an X shape as you're putting your second one on. Somebody have a question? Who's that? Uh-oh. Somebody's talking. So I'm kind of crisscrossing the second one and putting it the other way. We're going to tuck all these ties in so you won't even see them. Okay, I just want to make sure everybody's muted here. Okay. I was going to tell you, Linda, I still have my Happy New Year wreath hanging on my wall in my my craft room here. And everybody always comments on it when they come in. I know Linda was the only one that was with me in class that night. It was like our own little private class on New Year. When was that? Was the day before New Year's Eve, wasn't it, I think?
I think so. It was just a
New
few
Year's
days
Eve was on a Sunday. So it was the Saturday before New Year's Eve.
Yep.
And that was Linda's first class, and so she got like a private lesson that day. She was the only one there. Everybody else was busy.
We were having a party for two.
We were. And I still have it hanging up there too. It's not that usually what I do is I'll keep stuff hanging on my wall until something else takes its place, and then it goes away if I need that spot to hang something else.
Well, I made a few Valentine wreaths.
Did ya?
Yeah, I made one for
I
my.
think you were posting some. I saw some of the stuff that you were posting. You're doing great. Your Easter
trying.
one, didn't you just do your first Easter wreath? I saw you post that.
Yes.
That was gorgeous.
Thank you.
All right, where am I leaving off here? Here we go. See, I think by putting the second set of ruffles the opposite way, it's going to help fill in the middle too. So I won't have to really worry about adding additional pipe cleaners there to fill the middle in. That's kind of why I'm doing it that way. if you would rather just do, you know, add 2 as you go along instead of going around doing 1, then going back, I mean, whatever you are more comfortable doing, it's entirely up to you. And all we're going to do when we're done is just take those ties and just twist them around to the back so you won't even see them. Or you could even cut them off if you want. It's a lot easier to ruffle up a 10-inch piece of mesh than it is a 30-inch, but a 30-inch ruffle really makes a nice, gorgeous wreath. That's what we're going to do our Easter wreath in, is 30-inch. Am I on the right tie here? Yep. I think. No, we already did that one. Oh, there's already 2 on that one. So now let's go to the inside. And I'm going to cross it over the opposite direction again, and that I think will help fill our middle in. And if you wanted to, you could even add additional pipe cleaners in between these, because there is a little bit of a gap. I might even do that. I might even add an additional pipe cleaner in between, because there is a little bit of a space there. Is that what I already have 2? Yep. Mesh sure loves to stick together, boy. Let me tell you. I had a sweater on today when I was cutting it, and I had to change that really fast because it immediately was attaching to my sweater and pulling strands out. I'm like, okay, time to change. You'll get to know, if you're new to this, what clothing you can wear when you're working with mesh and what you can't, because this stuff just sticks. And it's very unforgiving. Once it grabs a hold, it does not want to let go. See, it's already filling the middle in there, just by adding that second ruffle. But I still may go in and add some in between. Good Lord. I don't know if I want to use this piece. This piece has got some frays. I think I'm going to switch this piece out. I don't know what happened to this one, but that's bothering me. Is it this one? No, it's this one. We're going to get rid of that one. That one's got some frays. That's bugging me, so we're going to get rid of that one. So even with the wood burning tools, you're going to sometimes have some frays. It's always good to kind of tuck your cut ends under. This piece is going to go too. I'm getting rid of this one. It's this one. Everything goes on my floor. So if it's got a fray or some frays and it's bugging you, just get rid of it and put another piece in. You're going to have enough mesh, you can do that. Let's go replace these two that I took off of bottom. Oh, these little ties are shedding like crazy. Okay, now where do we leave off? We have to finish our middle here. Let's see. Do all the middle ties have two already? Let me just double check and see if that one needs one. Am I blurry again? I apologize. Let me fix that. I don't even touch my camera. I don't know why it does that sometimes. Let's see where we are here. That has two, that has two, that has two. All right, I think what I'm going to do now, instead of putting another tie on top of each one, I'm going to go in between. I think I'm just going to go in between and add another ruffle. And you can do that. So I don't know if I want to add 3 ties on top. I do have enough pipe cleaner to do that, though. Let's just do that instead of, because it's going to add more work to add more ties. So let's just do that. Let's go ahead and add one more ruffle per tie. I think I'm going to start in the middle though, because I really kind of want to get that middle filled in. And I think that'll do the trick as far as getting that middle part filled in, just adding another ruffle per tie. So we're going to end up having 3 ruffles per tie. What I'm kind of doing at the end after I ruffle is I'm just kind of tucking my cut ends in, if you can see that. Lay that right on there. This is very exciting, just watching me make ruffles. That's really all it is. Very easy.
Christina, did you put yourself those tie wraps on? Or you
These
bought the ones?
ties?
Yes.
No, they came with it.
Okay, because I find
Yeah.
there's lots of space that don't have any, right?
Yeah, that's why I'm doing the 3 ruffles per tie, because I'm
Mhm.
trying to fill that in. Do you know what I mean?
Mhm.
And it's sort of working at filling the center in. But if I need to, I can go in between and add more. I can add more
Okay.
ties. We're just going to see how it looks when I'm done adding this 3rd ruffle. I'm like kind of lost though. There's so much going on in here. I think I do already have 3 here. So, and there are still some gaps here, it looks like. We can do more on the outside as well. So I think what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to do what I talked about at the beginning. I think I'm going to get a pipe cleaner. Let me find them here. I know I have a zillion. Let's see. I want to use that color. Let me see what color. It really matters what color I use. Let's see what I have in my bin. There's always ways you can improvise and fix things. I just have these sparkly ones. I'm just going to take some pipe cleaners, a couple, all right, and I'm going to run them across the middle here. So I have something to attach more ruffles to. Just kind of go right across like that. Just kind of tuck it in. Just to get that middle spot filled in. Doesn't have to be perfect, just kind of get it, you know, across the middle there. I'm going to do one more. There. So we have 3 pipe cleaners going across. You can use whatever color you want. Now we can go ahead and attach some more ruffles to the middle. You can see my pipe cleaners there. So I'm just going to continue using these gold pieces here. Let's see how I want to do this. I think I'm going to go ahead and make my ruffle. Do I want to make my ruffle first? Yeah, because I don't think I'm going to need to add more than 1 ruffle. I'm going to make my ruffle. I'm going to take my pipe cleaner and wrap it around. I'm going to go this way. And then we're going to go in and we're going to attach it to where we put that pipe cleaner going across. And just twist it around underneath. And then we can fill our middle in. When there's a will, there's a way. I kind of feel like I wish I'd taken these white pipe cleaners off though, because they're shedding everywhere. Just twist your pipe cleaner around it like that. And you have your little ruffle with your pipe cleaner already attached. Just go right in. I'm going to go down to the next level where I put the second one across. Just attach this one. I might put 2 on there. I don't know yet. I got to see how it looks. Twist it in. I'm just reaching around the back and twisting it. Now our middle is filled in. And I'm going down to the third one now that I ran across. Put this one in. And we can go snip off the excess after. I'm actually going to twist these around to the back now, where I put the 3 ruffles in, just to get them out of the way. Just kind of push it through. And just twist it around the back so you don't see it. We can snip these off. If you're going to be giving this as a gift to someone, you can just get, a piece of felt and glue that over the back so you can't see. Everything going on in the back there. We may add some more ruffles to the middle here, but I'm going to get these tucked in first. These white pipe cleaners so you can't see them. I'm going to do the top layer because I still made add more ruffles to the bottom because I have more mesh, so I don't like to waste. Let's just get these tucked in. You can cut them too if you want, if that's easier for you. Just cut them right off. Just kind of push them through. We can cut off the excess after. Just mess with it a little bit, you know, so you can cover up that little piece of pipe cleaner that you might still see there. For the most part, you won't be able to see it. If you want to, if you have orange pipe cleaners, if you would rather replace, you know, whatever came with your work form, by all means do that. If you feel like you're going to still see these. I kind of wish I had done that now too. I didn't think the white ones would be so visible, but we'll fix it. I think we'll be okay. Once you play with it a little bit, you can kind of hide any little pieces. These pipe cleaners, though, they're just like shedding. Look at that. I don't know why they're shedding so much. I'm going to have a lot of vacuuming to do. They had this and they had the one with the green attached, and I thought, well, white would be a better bet, I think, than green.
And I think you're right, because
You
my
think so?
green won't go away.
Really?
They won't.
Can you snip them off?
Well, I've snipped off the very bottom one, but then I'm worried about, okay, what if I need to add? And then I'm like, oh, I don't
Well, you know
want
what? If you need to add more, just add another pipe cleaner in between. Do you know what I mean? Because I think I may still do that.
That's a good idea. I tried to add one pipe cleaner, and now I've got this bright white pipe cleaner just kind of sitting in the middle of my carrot, and it looks kind of anemic.
Oh, you can't snip it off?
No, it's the part that's wrapped, and it looks yucky.
Oh, I wish I could see it. I'm not quite sure.
Maybe there's got to be another way.
What's that?
There's got to be another way. I'll figure it out.
Oh, okay.
I will.
So I'm sort of like messing with mine a little bit just to try to hide any evidence of that white pipe cleaner. But
I can't stand the white. The white, I mean, the green's bad enough. The green is glaring.
Yeah.
But the white, oh my Lord.
So I think if anybody's watching this afterwards, it might be a good idea if to add your own. Take those off and add your own, and try to find orange if you can, because good Lord. But I'm sort of hiding mine a little bit. You really can't see mine now. I've got all my middle ones tucked in. I just have my outside ones that I have to
That
hide.
looks really good.
Oh, thank you.
You're
But
welcome.
I think I'm going to, I'm not sure if I want to add another ruffle or two in the middle. I'm not sure yet. But I think I'm going to go around now and I'm going to add some more ruffles to the outside. So we'll have 3 all the way around and all the ties. And then I had the 3 that I added in the middle. I don't know, Linda, I think I need a glass of wine. I think I do.
Me too. Dadgummit.
We went out last night and to Applebee's, and they had these $2 vodka and lemonade drinks. They were really good. I came home and I went to sleep. I can't drink anymore like I used to. I went right to sleep. We had fun though, my son and I. I needed to get out. We were stranded in the house all day because of the snow, so we needed to get out.
Were they lemon drops, Christine?
Is that what they're called? Is a lemon drop?
Do they have sugar around the rim?
No. Is that Lynn?
Uh,
It
yeah.
wasn't sugar. She just said it was Absolute and lemonade is what she said.
Oh,
I know
okay.
Absolute is vodka, right?
Yeah.
I'm not a big vodka drinker. I like rum. I like coconut rum.
I love my wine.
What's that? You like your
Oh.
wine?
I like wine too.
Here's cheers to you.
There you
Thank
go.
you, and to you as well.
Now, what's a fuzzy navel? Is that orange juice and schnapps? Is that what that is?
Yeah, that's vodka, orange juice.
I like schnapps.
Yeah, I do too.
So we're going around again and adding another ruffle to the outside. Just because I have the mesh and I want a nice full carrot. What are you laughing at?
You want a nice full
I want
carrot.
a full carrot.
I got to turn you off.
I can shove it down somebody's throat. You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, I do. That's a very good use of your wreath.
Yes. I had a rough week, you guys. I'm sorry. But it can only get better from here. I don't know why. It's getting easier every day. I just can't listen to sad songs anymore. I'm just going to tuck these in as I go because I'm sick of seeing that white. I don't want to see it. I really didn't mean to say I'm going to shove this down somebody's throat. That was mean. I apologize to everyone here and who is watching the video afterwards. I would never do that. I would never do that.
Actually, Christine, you'll probably have more time.
What's that?
Probably have a lot more time
Yeah.
to do what you want to do, actually.
Yeah. I'm being very patient right now. So,
Maybe we should have a personal and confidential time after.
yeah. I might still add some more ruffles to the middle. I'm not sure yet. I got to see how it looks when I'm done because I kind of feel like I can see some spaces there. I don't like spaces.
Okay, I see orange buttons on mine.
What's that?
I see orange buttons on mine.
What is-
Everywhere one of these green things is, it's got to be covered up. And the only thing
Well, you tucked them underneath?
I've tried everything and they won't go away.
Oh, no.
So I think I've got some porcelain buttons, some orange from
There you go.
probably when my mother sewed for me. And I probably have just enough. And maybe
I am so sorry. I didn't think that they would show once you tucked them away.
It's not your fault. Don't apologize.
Well, then I would have told everybody to just replace them with orange. Just replace your pipe cleaners because it's easy to do. You just snip them off
That's true.
and you tie orange on. Or gold. Gold would probably be okay. Let's see. Pieces are everywhere. I'm so jealous. My daughter texted me from Colorado today. She said it was 70 degrees. She was going hiking in the mountains. I told her, I said, Lindsay, it's like you're on a perfect permanent vacation out there in your new residence. She goes, not really, Mom. I do have to work during the week. I'm like, yeah, I know. But still, you're in Colorado. It's your dream. I'm just kind of trying to twist these around really tightly to the back so I don't see them. But the orange button idea is a good idea, Susan.
It's all I could come up with, so. And I think it'll look, I don't know how it'll look, but it'll look different. I know that.
As long as you can cover the green, I think you'll be okay.
Yeah, I think I will be too. Mm-hmm.
Just try to position all your little ruffles so they're going up because they look nice that way. All right, where are we now? That's why I'm kind of tucking my pipe cleaners in as I'm adding my third ruffle to the bottom or the outside so I know where I left off. That's sort of why I'm doing that too, because there's so many on here. Let's see. There's a little bit of a gap here. I may add another pipe cleaner over there. I don't like gaps. I like the work wreath forms with the ties already attached, but I'll be honest with you, I usually always, if that's a phrase, I usually do end up attaching more pipe cleaners because I just like my wreaths full. And there's nothing wrong with doing that. You can do whatever you want. All these little pieces of the white pipe cleaner like shedding, which I did not anticipate.
Okay, I got to say this. My
What?
green,
Oh, thank you, Linda. Linda just typed it was starting to look nice. What's that now?
Oh, that's so sweet. That's so nice. I was about to say my green ones are not shedding. They're just.
Yeah, mine are shedding like crazy. Look at that. You
I
see all the
see it. Good
crazy.
Lord.
I'm gonna have to vacuum my carrot off when I'm done, I think.
You know, when
You know me, I would do that too.
I know you would.
when I wipe them like that, I've gotten them like.
What's that?
When I wipe them like that with my hand, I've gotten them stuck in my little my fingers. Those little
Oh,
pieces. They're sharp.
mine aren't too sharp. They're just everywhere. All right, now where am I? I got one more over here. I think I'm gonna put some more pieces in the middle because I can kind of see a space. Did you see what my sister commented on the carrot, Susan? My sister popped in and she said, I think it's the most beautiful carrot I've ever seen. She's trying to be my little cheerleader now. I'm driving her crazy.
That was your sister.
Yeah, yeah. She doesn't participate in classes because she's not very creatively inclined, but she likes to be in the group and just kind of, you know, see everything that goes on. And I usually send her a picture of what I made after every class. And if I don't send her, if I forget, she'll email me first thing in the morning. She's like, where's my picture? What did you make?
Does she have a lot of wreaths?
Does she?
Uh-huh.
No, I haven't given her one. Actually, I gave her one for Christmas. She's not a big, she doesn't like the same types of wreaths that I like. Like, she doesn't like the ones with the mesh that have all the ribbon. She likes burlap.
My best friend is like that. She thinks they're too poofy, too frou-frou.
Yeah, my daughter too. I can't tell you how many times I've because I'll usually show my kids. They're the ones that see my creations first. I'll walk into the living room after class and they're watching TV, and I'll show them, and my daughter will be like, Mom, why is it so huge? Why is it so huge that like her eyes will bug out? It's huge.
Mm-hmm. I know my candy cane for Christmas was probably about 6 feet tall.
Yeah. Especially if you use the work wreath forms. Your wreaths are big. They make poofy wreaths. It's starting to look like a carrot though.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
That looks very nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, real nice.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
It looks better than mine.
Oh, Susan, you'll fix it, honey. Don't worry.
Well,
I have faith in you.
yeah, we'll fix it, but dadgummit, I'm irritated. I didn't buy enough burlap.
That's right, too. You're using burlap.
Yeah.
See, I have a feeling that the burlap is going to lay flatter than the mesh. That's why your green is still showing.
I think you're
forgot about
right.
that.
I think you're right.
The mesh is poofy and it'll stick up.
Yep.
You know what I mean, honey?
Yeah, I do know what you mean.
I'm sorry.
Oh, it's not your fault. I had to do it. I had to try it once.
Okay.
Can you think of another way to do a burlap? What is this? Carrot. That's what it is. Carrot. God, I'm losing my mind. No, it's pathetic.
But you're making me laugh, so that's good.
Oh, good. But can you think of
much lately?
Huh?
I said I haven't laughed.
Oh no, you haven't laughed at all.
What's that?
You haven't laughed at all.
No, I haven't. Last night I did, because I was a little tipsy.
Is there a can you think of another way to do this besides 20-inch ruffles?
You mean 10-inch?
Nope, I did 20.
Oh, you did?
Uh-huh.
And you're ruffling up your burlap like you did like I did the mesh?
Uh-huh.
See, I don't know. I'd have to see it. Honestly, I've never done a burlap ruffle, so.
Well, I have, and it turned out really nicely, but this looks like a 5-year-old got loose in my craft room.
Can we not see what yours looks like? Or can you not put on video?
Tell me how to do that, Christina.
Are you on your phone?
Yeah.
Okay. Tap your screen.
Tap my screen. Okay.
And you should have the controls come up, start and stop video. The same place that you would go to mute and unmute yourself.
Right.
Do you see start and stop video?
I do.
Okay, so start your video.
Okay. Zoom would like to access the camera.
Yes.
Okay.
Hey!
Oh, is it me? Oh God,
Yes!
I look horrible. Let me
This is the
turn
first time I've ever seen you on camera.
well, honey, I'm living beauty tonight, aren't
No,
I?
don't hide. Where'd you go?
I'm
Don't
hiding.
hide. You're
Let me
okay.
see your carrot then, if you don't want to show you.
Okay, here it is. I think. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
Oh, wow.
I mean, it looks crappy. It looks terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would have used the burlap. That's the thing. I don't know.
Yeah. So I think I'll take it apart and start over with the mesh.
I'm sorry.
Well, I had to do it.
I know you did.
Oh, let me get myself off this camera.
Okay.
Where in the same? There I am.
That's the very first time I've ever seen you on camera. All right, guys, I'm adding a couple more ruffles to the middle just because I feel like it.
Tu sais, ça les gêne d'embarquer sa caméra, de se faire voir. Tu sais, mais il y en a bien qui se cachent en arrière, ben, ils ne voient pas, je peux dire de quoi, ça les, tu sais. Mais si tout le monde aurait, tu verrais de...
Linda's talking French.
Sorry about that.
I love that.
Who is that?
Linda, because she's in Canada.
Oh my gosh.
She's talking French for everybody.
I can hardly speak Southern.
I have to watch what I'm saying here.
That's okay. We couldn't understand you anyway. You know, my mom used to always say to me, Linda, because my
No?
mom was French Canadian.
Okay.
She'd say, "Ferme la bouche." You know what that means, right?
Yes.
Got to shut your mouth. Ferme la bouche.
But just a nice way of saying it.
Did I say it right?
Yes, you did.
Okay. She's laughing right now in heaven, my mom. Ferme la bouche. My father was Ukrainian.
Okay.
I can't remember what he used to say. I wasn't very good at speaking Ukrainian. How about that for a mix? French Canadian and Ukrainian. So I'm adding just a couple more ruffles in the middle just because I feel like it. And all I'm doing is I'm getting another pipe cleaner and I'm just kind of reaching in and I'm feeling where the one was that I stretched across. Even though you probably think it looks full enough, I still see some gaps in the middle. So when you're making your carrot, you know, it's entirely up to you. You look at it, there's ways to add mesh. As long as you have a pipe cleaner, you can add as many as you want. And I'm just kind of twisting it around like that and going through and finding where I stretch those pieces across and just sticking another ruffle in there. I don't know where I'm going to hang this. I don't know, Susan. Maybe I'll move to Colorado. What do you think? It'll be near my daughter.
I like Colorado.
Maybe it's time for a fresh start.
But maybe it's time for a girls' road trip.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to drive all that way.
Oh, I wasn't talking about driving.
Oh.
Girls' air trip.
Yeah. Well, she was telling me she was going to come home for Easter, but she has to accrue her vacation time, and she's only been there since the middle of January, and she gets 7 hours vacation a month, I guess, is what she accrues. I've got some crazy phrase going on here. I'll just tuck those in. And the flight was going to be, I think she said $400. And then since she wouldn't have gotten paid for the time off, she would have lost another $400. So she doesn't know if she wants to come home. That's a lot of money. You know, she would lose $400 pay, and then she has to pay $400 for the flight. So I said, honey, you know, I would love to see you for Easter, but, you know, I don't want you to have to spend that much money either. So I have a whole bunch of mesh left here. So I'm just going to put another couple pieces in the middle.
Send it my way.
What's that?
Send it my way.
Visit your way?
No, no. Send it my way.
What's it?
She means the wreath to send it her way, but you're better off in Canada.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right. I'd love to move to Canada.
Is that Miss Wine we're talking to now?
No, no, no.
Well, look how happy Linda is. Linda's so happy because she lives in Canada. I know that's why.
Okay.
First of all, I don't want to say this and be offensive to anyone, but look who we have for our president, okay? That's all I'm going to say.
What now?
Look who we have for our president. That's all I'm going to say.
But we've got a clown.
Oh, my gosh. I don't know why I'm getting phrase all of a sudden here. You know why? Because I'm messing with it too much. That's what happens when you mess with it too much. Let me just cut these off.
Okay, there you go.
So I have a tendency to just keep adding ruffles because I love ruffles. So if I have mesh left, I'll just keep adding it until I'm satisfied. If I see gaps, I'll just want to fill them in. Like I see a gap here that's not making me happy, so I'm going to add a ruffle there. And I don't even care that I'm using a pink pipe cleaner because I don't think it's going to be seen anyway. I think I'm going to feed it through though instead of, and I'm not using white. No more white. No more white. But I thought this was going to be a fast class.
It is for me.
Oh, that's because you didn't, you tried with the burlap. You'll be all right. It'll be fine. Do you have orange mesh though?
Oh, I keep telling you, half a craft outlet. I've got
But
plenty.
why did you want to do the burlap?
Because I saw somebody's carrot on Facebook, and it was beautiful. And
What
I thought,
did they do? Did they do poofs or ruffles or what?
I think it was poofs. Now that you mentioned it, it was poofs. But that's all right. I've about got this undone and in the trash, and
Oh, you're gonna throw it away?
yeah. It's a mess.
Aw.
Lord, another one.
Learned a lesson.
This class.
So all I did was I added another pipe cleaner in that gap that I saw, and I'm adding 3 more ruffles. That's all I'm doing. And I think that I should have just replaced all my white with these little silvery or these little glittery pipe cleaners that I got from the Dollar Tree because they're not showing up nearly as much and they're thinner. So, lesson learned. So again, if you're watching this video and you haven't bought your supplies, if you buy the Wreath easel from Hobby Lobby, you're going to have to add your own pipe cleaners anyway. But if you happen to buy one of the ones with the, the pipe cleaners already attached from the Wreath shop or Craft Outlet, cut them off. Just cut them off and try to find something that's a little closer matching in color. Gold or orange. I'm going to add one in here too. I think I see a gap. You can kind of see my little white pieces a little, but not too much. Like right now I'm using pink. You really can't see the pink. This pink, I think I got these pastel ones from the Dollar Tree for Easter. I'm just kind of sticking one in here because I see a gap. I might not put 3 there. I might just put 1. Where's my mesh? Ugh. See, now you can see the gap since I turned it around there. We're going to fill it right in. Yeah, we'll put one more in there. Why not? I hate phrase. Just do one more. I think we'll be good there. And we'll take a look at what we have, and if we need anything else, well, maybe we can do the top of our carrot finally. You can snip all this stuff off afterwards. And again, if you're giving it for a gift, if you're going to be hanging it on a door that you don't want to get scratched, just get a piece of felt, cut it in the shape of a triangle, and just glue it on, and they'll cover all of your pipe cleaners. So I don't know, I think it looks pretty good. Looks like a carrot. Well, you guys see my floor in here. I think I'm going to add a pipe cleaner under here because I see a little bit of a gap. Sorry to do this to you guys. I'm just too fussy. I don't like gaps. And I have mesh left, so right here. I apologize if you can't see what I'm doing because it's sort of like underneath. I'm adding it just to fill in that spot. Bear with me one second. I think I just need to add one there. I need to add more than one. I think one's good. Let's take a look at it. I have to hold it up for a second, guys. Bear with me. So I can take a gander. I think we're good, though. I think it's pretty darn full. So again, I have 3 ruffles per tie. And then I went around and I filled in the middle. I put these 3 pieces across and I filled in some more in the middle. I don't know though, I have more mesh left here and I keep finding gaps. You guys are gonna kill me. She's like, is she ever gonna be done with this carrot so we can go to sleep? Thing of it is you never know until you start working on it what it's going to need. We have a general idea.
Okay, my wreath frame is nude.
It's nude.
Nude.
There you go. Hey, oh, that's right. Bunny wasn't going to join us tonight.
Yeah, I was.
Back.
Yeah, bless her heart. I hate that.
She just spent how many weeks at the beach, and then she's packing her car.
Ah, poor thing.
She hurt her back.
She was at the beach, I think, 4 weeks.
Yeah. She brought all of her Wreath stuff with her.
She did?
Yeah. And I guess she said her husband had forgotten to give her her little bin with her rotary cutter and her wood burning tool, so she had to go out and buy all that stuff again.
Oh, no.
Yeah, she went to Walmart and she bought all that stuff again.
Well, I can't really complain. I've got 3 of everything.
Yeah.
So,
All right, let's see.
oh, I don't need to be talking. Let me hush.
Guys, bear with me. I'm just using up the rest of my mesh. I have about 4 more pieces here, and I'm trying to find spots where I could stick it. Excuse my French, Linda. Like my mother used to always say, excuse my French. My mother's maiden name was Savoy. That's French, isn't it, Linda? Savoy?
Yes, that's it. And we pronounce it Savoie.
Yeah, Savoy. Yep. Yep.
Mm-hmm. My French is very different because my dad comes from New Brunswick.
Uh-huh.
So
New Brunswick?
Yes.
I honestly think that that's where my grandparents are from.
I think
And
we're relatives,
I don't,
Christina.
and bear with me for not knowing for sure, but it's sort of like we think that that's where they were from, but we're not sure.
See, you're my cousin and you didn't know.
What's that?
See, it says you're my cousin and you didn't know.
I know. See, it's very possible. Wow. No, you know what it is? I think it's just because I'm not sure. I remember my brother saying they researched it once because our grandparents passed when we were very young. And I don't know why, it's just one of those things that they moved here when they first got married, I think, or something. I don't remember the exact story. I know. But New Brunswick.
It could be because that name Savoie is very familiar there.
Really? Yeah? Wow.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And you said your grandfather is from there?
My dad.
Your dad? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to find out and I'll let you know. I think we're pretty much done here. Let me see. I want to get my carrot top on here. I got all sorts of colors going on back here. I've got gold, I've got pinks, I've got white. I found another gap. I'm almost done, you guys, I swear. If you want to, again, if you're just watching this video, and you're not in the live class, if you want to go ahead and add more pipe cleaners, if you buy the one that has them already attached, I would strongly recommend just adding an additional pipe cleaner in between each of the ones that are already there, because you're going to need them. I mean, it's not that big of a deal for me to add them now afterwards, but
What are you doing?
you're gonna need them. I get so excited for Sunday morning. Sunday morning is really the only morning I can sleep in. I do, obviously, work from home, but my daughter still lives with me, my younger daughter and my son. And for some reason, Mom is the alarm clock in the house. And I set my phone for 6 o'clock. And, you know, by that time, my dog is usually up and wants to be fed, and she needs her insulin because she's diabetic. And so I'm pretty much up every morning early. I'm up at by 6 o'clock every morning. And so Sundays are nice. And then Saturday mornings is my son and I go to breakfast. So I'm usually up early Saturday morning, but Sunday is kind of my sleep-in day. Even though when I say sleep in, I don't ever sleep past 9 o'clock. You know, and it's funny because even when I was a teenager, I was never one of those sleepers, you know, like sleep till noon. I just was never like that. I just felt that was a waste of a day. And unless I went out the night before, that was a different story. But I didn't really do a lot of that either. I was, you know, I was a pretty calm teenager. But for me, like Sunday morning, sleeping until 7:30 or 8 o'clock is nice. So I look forward to Sunday mornings. And I bought some blueberries, and we're going to have blueberry pancakes. I'm telling you guys my story here while I finish this darn carrot, which is almost done. Hold on, I'll get my video back. There it is. Let's see. I just want to make sure we're all filled in. I think I'm going to put one more right there. And we're going to call it a day for the carrot part and do the top. One more right there. I don't hear my doggie getting up and moving around. She's sleeping good tonight. She gets kind of restless at night sometimes. We're gonna get her some melatonin. If you know what that is, it helps you fall asleep at night because she had been restless at night lately. Cut these off. That's looking pretty full. Maybe one more right there. I know, I'm sorry. Just one more. One more ruffle. I'm addicted to ruffles.
Thanks for asking.
What's that? One more.
It's just Diane's microphone is on.
I think I only have one more piece of mesh left anyway. One more right here. And then I promise I'll be happy.
I am so happy.
Why?
One more piece. That's all.
You just want to go to sleep.
This is true.
See? I know you.
You do.
Alrighty there. What do you think?
Beautiful.
Yeah?
Nice and full.
Yep.
Do you want to see a picture of my naked wreath frame?
Sure.
I know.
Naked? Is that a
Naked.
word? Naked?
Naked is a
Is it how they
word.
say it in the South?
That's how we
Is
say
that
it
how they
down
say it
here.
in the South?
Yeah.
Who said that? Bunny said it that one day. Didn't she say
Yes,
that
she
she's sitting
did.
there naked
Yeah.
and we couldn't see her?
Yeah.
I miss Bunny.
I do too. She's so funny.
I don't know what my son put the heat on, but I am freezing.
Mm.
What's the temperature down in, where are you, in North Carolina, Susan?
South Carolina.
South Carolina.
It's about 50.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What's it been during the day?
67, 70, something
Oh my
like
God,
that.
I'm so jealous.
Well, we're gonna get some cold weather starting, I think, tomorrow night.
What's cold? What's
In the
considered
20s.
cold?
In the 20s.
Really?
Yeah.
That's, yeah, in all fairness, that's cold.
That is cold.
Where was I going to add this one now? Hold on. I had one in my hand I wanted to add.
No, you don't.
It's my last one. It's my last piece. I swear.
No.
It's my last one. Because I wanted to use my last one. The top is going to be fast. Don't worry.
Please let this be it.
Susan.
I mean, I didn't know. I didn't realize I was on.
Are you serious?
No, she
Oh
didn't.
my God, Susan. Honey, you can go to bed. You can watch the video after. You're so funny.
Oh, this is lots more fun.
Christina,
All right,
what's
I'm
the
done.
weather?
I
what-
swear, I have no mesh left. I have no mesh left. I am done. Okay, we just gotta do the top. Am I
Yes.
blurry, you guys? Does it look blurry? I am so sorry. Why I keep getting blurry? Okay. Where's my video? Hello, where's my video? There we go. All right. Just gotta do the top. This will be fast. There's my carrot. Beauty. All ruffly. I don't see any gaps. I don't see any white. I'm very happy.
You did it.
Yay!
Yay!
All we gotta do now is take a couple pieces of the green.
Yay.
And we're not gonna ruffle these. We're just going to roll them.
Okay, so
Roll.
now I have to let you know what the weather is like here.
What's that?
I have to let you know what the weather is like here.
Yes, please.
It feels like 5 degrees Fahrenheit outside right now.
Wow, that's cold.
It's beautiful and warm here.
Mmm.
Oh,
Okay, so you make a little curly. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to attach them to these two pieces up here, but you're also going to attach them, if you can find, that row across the top where we added the orange. You're going to add some there too, and I know I already tucked those in, and I shouldn't have done that, but there's gaps here, okay, in this top bar. The top bar here, if you can see me pointing to that right there. You're going to want to add them here, and you're going to want to add them to the, push this out of the way, the top bar here. Now, I was going to add them on top of these ruffles already, But since I already tucked them in, which I guess I totally forgot about that, I'm just going to attach more pipe cleaners across the top bar in the center there. And I have green, so that'll work. Let me put this spiral aside for a second.
Good night, all.
Good night, Susan.
Good night,
Love you.
Christina. Love you too. Good night,
Good night,
ladies.
Sue. Good
Talk
night.
tomorrow.
All righty.
So just go ahead and attach one spiral here. I'm going to put another one on top of it. We're going to probably put about 6 or 7 of these in here. See how it looks. You're not going to really see these too much. Well, you will, but when you put them on the outside here on these other 2 white ties, you'll be able to see them a lot better. So just roll them as tight as you can. I'm going to put this one right on top of where I just put that one. I hope you can see that. And I'm going to put another set right next to it. I'll get another green pipe cleaner. So we're putting 2 in each tie, right across that top bar, in between the 2 where you put the orange. Not a ruffle, we're doing a spiral. And you can kind of fluff them up when you get done. I'll tuck my pipe cleaners in. You don't really have to worry about hiding those too much because they're green already, so you can just kind of push them in a little bit. Now we're going to add more green to these 2 on the trunk of the tree, I guess, which is actually the top of your carrot. And we're going to get rid of those nasty white pipe cleaners, which I should have taken off at the beginning, but it's okay. I managed to hide them pretty well, I think. I'm just tucking my pipe cleaner away. Bear with me for 1 second. You really want to pull it tight because you want your green pieces to kind of stick up. And I'll show you what I mean by that in a second. Good Lord, this camera. I think it's time for the camera. Okay, let me get a couple more pieces here. We'll go with the other tie. Do two more. If you want your stems to be a little taller, you can just cut your mesh pieces a little longer. That's really all you have to do. I know I've seen some carrots where the top part is really long. I've seen the carrots that people have been making out of roses too, or tulips. Is it tulips or roses? I think it's tulips. You know what? I have a couple extra pieces of green here, so hold on, let me tuck away this white. Get this out of the way. I don't want to see any more white. I actually have a couple more pieces of green, so I think I'm just going to go ahead and add them. This foil is coming out. I have a gap right here across the top, not where I added the ones to the ties, but I have another little gap here. I think I'm just going to add those in there just to use my last two pieces. So I think I ended up using 8 pieces of mesh of the green for my little carrot top. Use as many as you want. It's entirely up to you. I actually have these left over from another roll. That's why I actually had them already cut. I think I used this green in my peacock wreath. So I had some left. Tuck that in there. We'll do one more. Boy, it's 9:30. I didn't think this class was going to be a 2-hour class. It turned out to be, didn't it? Okay. Tuck my green pipe cleaner away. Just kind of play with them a little bit to get them to go in the direction that you want them to go into. Doesn't have to be perfect. And there's your top of your carrot right there. And all we have left to do, and I'm going to play with it a little bit, I think. once we get done with class, but you get the idea. You can add more, you can add less, whatever you like. That's the top. Okay, let me see it. Now we just need to add our ribbons going down. It's hard for me to see. I'm looking at my webcam here. It's hard for me to really see how that looks, but I think it looks pretty good. I'm like looking at it upside down here. I have so many ruffles on this thing. And we'll mess with my top later. Now we just need to take our deco mesh ribbon that we cut into 26-inch pieces. We have 2. And we're just going to kind of tie these in and let them spiral down. Just find a spot in your wreath form to kind of reach in at the top and tie it in. Literally just tie it in. Make a knot and tie it into the top. And then you just sort of curl it. Once you start to curl it, and you just sort of tuck it in, and the mesh will hold it in place. Just like that. Get our other piece. Do the same thing. I'll go this way with it. Just give it a couple curls and tuck it in. And the mesh just grabs a hold of it because it's both mesh. You know, the ribbon and the ruffles are both mesh. Oh, come on. And I'm going to play with this a little bit more. I'm going to play with my carrot top. You get the idea. Oops. This thing is huge. And that's that. I'm going to mess with that ribbon a little bit more though. But there's our carrot, or my carrot, which is pretty darn big. Is anybody still with me? Did you all go to sleep? This class took a lot longer than I thought it would.
No, I'm here, Christina.
I thought it would be like maybe an hour.
Here,
I'm here.
a friend of mine wanted me to put a bunny on it, like it was eating it. Do you have it?
Oh, that'd be cute.
How am I going to do that?
I don't know. What did they want you to make it for them? Was this for them?
Right, with the bunny
Yes.
eating carrot, but I don't have a clue.
I don't know either. How are you going to get a huge bunny like that? Or did they want like a small bunny?
I don't know.
Oh, jeez.
They just said it. I guess I'm supposed to come up with it.
Oh, goodness. Well, good luck with that. Let me know how that comes out.
I will, I will.
So I'm going to mess with my ribbon a little bit because it looks a little funky, but I'm going to play with it. But you get the idea. You just kind of tuck it in and let it kind of hang down. But there's my big carrot. So
That's
we can
very
all,
nice. That's
Thank
very
you.
nice, Christina. Thank you.
we can all go to sleep now.
Yep.
Or are you going to stay up and drink some more wine?
Oh, yes, I'll be up drinking more wine.
All right, guys. I'm going to play with it a little bit and fix my ribbon here. Sometimes I kind of have to hang it on my wall so I can see how it looks, but I think it came out pretty nice. And everybody have a great night.
Bye-bye.
And we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, guys. Good night. Oh, everybody's typing me questions here. Yes, 3 ruffles in each tie on the outside. Oh, okay. I don't know when these questions all came through. Okay, guys. Good night. Have a good night.